Hi guys, it's Jamie here from Jamie and his Whiskey. I hope you're all doing well. I'm back today for another whiskey review, and today I'm going to be looking at Smokehead High Voltage from the Isle of Islay. Now, before I get into this review, I thought I would play a clip that I posted on Instagram about 2 weeks ago. I filmed this clip a day after tasting this particular whiskey for the first time. So I think it's a good idea for me to show you this clip first, and then I'll tell you what my opinion of this whiskey is 2 weeks on. So here we go. John, mate, can you roll the clip, please? Yep. Yeah, like now, please. Thank you. Hi guys, if you can drink this Smokehead, 58% cask strength, if you can drink this out of the bottle and enjoy it without watering it down, then you are a mad person. I tell you, yeah, I've tried, but it's too much even for me. God. I've got a few more hairs on my chest though, so that's something. And my back, so that's not great. What are you going to do? Anyway, Smokehead. Fun and games. So as you can see, tasting this whiskey brought out a certain reaction in me. Now, this is Smokehead. It is Islay whiskey. It's a single malt, so it has been distilled at a secret distillery in Islay. Nobody seems to know which distillery it has been made in. Now, some people have hazarded a guess. Some people think it may be Ardbeg. It's a more popular opinion that it could have come from the Lagavulin distillery, but at the end of the day, no one really knows. There isn't a whole lot of information on this whiskey. Now, you could say this goes against everything I say on this whiskey channel. I'm always going on about age statements, not being chill filtered, natural colour, all that kind of stuff. It does tick one box though. It does have a very high ABV because it is cask strength. It's bottled at a whopping 58%, and judging from the title, it's going to be smoky. All right. Now, I wouldn't have normally have gone for this one, but I saw it online for a great price. I saw it for 35 quid, reduced from its normal price of around 55. So I got this for about 20 quid less than normal. I thought I'd have to try it because it looked like fun. I mean, come on. Look at that packaging. It's got a human skull on it, for goodness sake. How could I say no to that? And like I said, it is the cask strength. Now, they do a normal Smokehead, which is bottled at 43%, and it comes in, usually retails at around the, God, I've forgotten now, I think it's around 35 quid. I'll correct it in the subtitles later on if I've got that wrong. But for around that same price, maybe £30. And so I thought, well, I could get this for not much more, for 58%. So I thought I'd go for it. Some of the reviews I saw online have been quite good. The majority of people have been saying that it's surprisingly, relatively complex for something that doesn't have an age statement, for something that's going to be pretty young. And I didn't really get too many bad things about it. There were a couple of, sort of scathing reviews, and I thought I would completely ignore those. And I thought I would give this a try. And so here I am today, trying this whiskey. Now, as I said, it is a single malt, bottled at 58%, and we expect it to be smoky. Now, before I pour myself a glass, I thought I would just read you a bit of the blurb. On the bottle, there is hardly any information about the whiskey itself. It just says it comes from the Isle of Islay. It says deeply rich and intensely peaty. This whiskey hits all the senses with a rush of black smoke, whatever black smoke is. Creamy, nutty notes and a tangy sea salt finish Smokehead High Voltage is distinctive, explosive. There we go. And not for the faint of heart. Well, I don't think I'm faint of heart, so I think this whiskey's perfect for me. Let's have a look. Right, now where's my whiskey glass? Whiskey glass. Oh, nothing like being prepared when you do a video. That's me. Okay, so here we go. I'll stop nabbering on and let's talk about this. So it's blatantly coloured. I mean, this whiskey is hard to tell how old it is, but it hasn't got an age statement. It could be anywhere from 3 years to, you know, who knows, 6, 7, 8 years old. I don't know. But the likelihood is it could be somewhere in between. So let's, you know, I would hazard a guess at 5 or 6 years, maybe tops. We'll see. Anyway, on the nose. Now, it's not very smoky on the nose at all. Maybe to someone who's completely new to smoky whiskies, they might find this really smoky on the nose. But to me, it's quite a subdued nose in that respect. And the nose, I'd say, on this whiskey is probably the least favourite, or my least favourite aspect of it. It's okay. It does have that slightly burnt rubber quality about it. There are some generic fruitiness, kind of red fruits, I don't know if that makes sense, possibly cherries, and there is that sort of nuttiness coming through, but it's hot. It's quite a sort of alcoholic nose, as you would expect for 58%. When you taste it, now I'm going to be careful tasting this because it's 58%. Oh, bang, there's the smoke. And there's the heat. Oh, it's surprisingly smooth and creamy on your tongue. You know, not bad. Okay, very oily. And then when you swallow the whiskey, that smoke just comes up and gives you a wallop around the face. And you know, you get that wave of, and the smoke is bonfire smoke. It's live smoke, like campfire, bonfire smoke. Rubber bands, industrial. Yeah, the smoke is not trying to be your friend here. It's not this lovely medicinal sweet peat that balances well with all these savoury notes that go on the background, like you would do with some higher ABV. Sorry, with some higher age statement whiskies like your Ardbegs. This is a very simple yet effective delivery system for getting smoke into your mouth. And when you swallow it, there is heat. And credit to Smokehead, they don't pretend anything it's not. On their website, they literally do describe this whiskey as hot. When they say on the palate, they say it's hot. They don't pretend anything else. So you know what you're getting in for when you buy this whiskey. Now, in terms of the value for money, Ardbeg, Ugadal, and Lafroig, cask strength, you can get for £10 and £20 more respectively. Now they are far more complex than this. This is pretty simple and it hasn't got that much complexity. But I have to say, since opening it 2 weeks ago and letting it breathe a little bit and having a few whiskies out of it, I have to say it's improved immensely. It really has. When I first opened it, I wasn't very keen. It had that very young and slightly metallic note to it. Slightly synthetic maybe as well, and I wasn't sure if I was going to finish this bottle. I left it for a few weeks, I came back to it last night and I had a great time. I had about 3 or 4 and I loved every second of it. So I've coming round to this whiskey. Now, I don't drink this at 58%. I do put water in it, and I'm going to put some water in it now. So for this amount of whiskey, which is this is probably somewhere between a shot and a double, I'm going to put in I'm not messing around here, 2 teaspoonfuls of water. It should water it down to around the low to mid 40s, or that mid 40s range, which is for me the perfect ABV. And because of that, this whiskey will go far. It will stay in the bottle for a bit. You won't get through half a bottle of this in a night. Not that I would ever drink half a bottle in a night. Yeah, it's improving everything, the water. It's just opening it up a little bit. And on the palate now, that's so much better. It's a bit sweeter now. That smoke is still really aggressive. So don't worry, you can put quite a lot of water in this. This will take even more than that. And the fun thing about cask strength whiskey is the fact that you can play with it. You can mess around with the water. You can see what you like and water to taste. You've got a lot of room to play with this one. I have to say, I do like this. I'm happy I bought it. It's, as I said, it's not the most complex. It does 1 or 2 things well. You know, you've got this generic, slightly citrusy, salty sweetness, a lot of smoke, and a lot of heat. It's not for everyone. Some people will find this off-putting. If you don't like smoky whiskies, maybe if you've only just started to appreciate smoky whiskies, I would approach this one with caution. I really would. But if you're down that journey and you want to try something a bit different, a bit fun, challenge yourself, get more points of reference, then go for it. Why not? I would say go for it. Overall though, for scores, value for money wise, taking that into account and what else you can get for this price, I can't give it a massive score, but I'm going to give it an 84 out of 100. It's definitely worth that. And I say that because I do mean it. I will enjoy the rest of this bottle, and I'm glad I bought it. Now, for all you smokeheads out there, get yourself a smokehead. Well, that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Jamie and his whiskey, wishing you all a very happy weekend, and so does Mr. Smokehead. And if you did like this video, please like and share with your friends and subscribe. Of course, that would be lovely. Anyway, take care, guys, and see you soon. This is Jamie and his whiskey signing out. Cheers.